Welcome to the third part of making a feature Rave song start to finish. Yo, what is up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Wildcrow and this is the series of making a feature Rave song start to finish, so we start it and we finish it. If you didn't watch the previous parts, I recommend you to go and check it before this one because we started with the idea, we created a breakdown, a build up, a drop, and in the drop what we did was the first part of this more kind of straight to the point, more kind of big room drop, and a second part that has some bass progression, some chords, more sounds for the list to make it sound fuller and more emotional. And in this part we're gonna make the second breakdown, the second drop, the intro and the outro, and we're gonna leave the mixing and the mastering for the fourth part. So if you don't want to miss the mixing and the mastering, just subscribe to this channel. So let's get to the video, but also please don't forget to leave a like because this takes a lot of time to record, a lot of time to edit and all these things, a lot of effort. So just a like, this is free for you and you help me a lot. And as I said, subscribe. I have to say that out of camera I worked a little bit on the leads and made them sound a little bit better, and also I added this transient processor to add a bit more attack because I thought the lead sound, the attack was kind of soft, and now it sounds like this. And without the transient processor. And for the second part of the song, what I'm gonna do is take all of this, copy it here, and well, it's done. Let's go to the intro and the outro. Obviously, I'm joking. Always try to avoid this because if it's exactly the same thing, it's gonna be so boring. What you can do is copy this, but of course add a lot of variation, add new sounds, introduce new elements, more rhythm or less rhythm. Maybe make the break a little bit longer or a little bit shorter or things like this so it doesn't sound exactly the same. So what I'm gonna do is start with these voices here. I think it sounds so good, and of course all these kind of ambient sounds, but I think I'm not gonna have these stabs here. And maybe what you can do is on the leads, I can just have like the first note, so it kind of adds like a reverb plug effect, something like this. But I want the filter. And then here I'm gonna add the wrist bass, but I don't want this. We add the epicness, and also I think I'm gonna add some reverb to these drums because right now it's so dry, So I'm gonna take the reverb of the breaking glass sound, but of course not that much, something like this. And also I'm gonna add the sub bass here, and I don't want the wrist bass because the wrist bass has a lot of strength. I just want to cover the sub frequencies, so sub bass is gonna work better. For the sub bass I'm just gonna use the 3x over C, and what I'm gonna do is have these three, so you have 3 octaves, it sounds fuller. But wait, what I'm gonna do is render these voices because this way I save some CPU. And to do it, I'm just gonna go here to the mixer channel, click in this thing and click Alt R. So this appears and click Start. What if you add here the melody but also filtered? I'm gonna do this, but not here. What I'm gonna do is delay this a little bit more. So we're gonna have this here, and here we're gonna have the wrist bass, all the voices and all these sounds, but also we're gonna have the chords. But we're gonna have the leads more filtered like this. It opens the filter, and it closes again for the build-up. I think the build-up needs extra sounds when it starts. Alright, so I found this one. That of course I pitch it to A, that is the key of the song, and this one. This kind of lasers is gonna cover a lot more space on the build-up when it starts, so it's gonna sound better. And maybe what you can do is reverse this one, so it creates like down and up effect. Do you think that maybe we could add some claps to the breakdown? Who am I talking to? If you want the claps and the breakdown, I'm not gonna know it because I'm recording this before uploading the video, and you're watching the video after I upload the video. So when you're watching this and maybe you're replying, yes, the claps will work, this is already made, so just try it. I'm gonna try to add these claps here, these stadium claps, but I'm gonna make them unique because these ones, I reduced a lot the mids to give a space on the drop, but on these ones I want a lot more mids. maybe every 2 bars, just to add some rhythm, you know, and make people clap when they are listening to this in a club, in a festival. And then here maybe we could add it every bar, something like this. So yeah, you were right, it works. Well, I guess it depends if you said yes or no. So now for the drop, just copy this and let's put it here. And maybe I'm just gonna leave the drop as it is, you know, exactly the same. Or we can maybe add these shakers here. Yeah, you know, so it's a little bit different, adds a bit more rhythm since the beginning. And maybe I'm just gonna take this and put it here for the end of the drop, you know, but nothing else. So now let's go to the intro and outro, and I'm gonna do this because there's a lot of people that sometimes ask me how to do it, but actually it's extremely simple. For the intro, the first thing I'm gonna do is take all of this and put it 8 bars on the right because we need 16 bars. That's the common intro nowadays. And what I'm gonna do is just take the kick, take these shakers, claps, rides, you know, basically all the percussions on the drop and also the effects. So now we take this and we put it here. So this is like the skeleton of the intro. But it's good to start the intro like a bit more basic, you know, a bit more empty. So what I'm gonna do is take these things out and maybe even this out. Just like this. Another thing you have to do is to filter this kick. We don't want that much sub bass in the kick when we start the intro, because this is the part that when we're playing live is gonna be mixed with the previous song, and you want that space cleaner for the previous song. And what you have to do is just a small low cut. You don't have to go like this. This is not good. You just want it a little bit like this. And we only want it at the first part of the intro. Here we want the sub bass. And now, but Wildcrow, what else do we need to add in the intro? Whatever you think is good to introduce your song and to make people think that this is your song since the beginning. So what we can do is add these voices here. Maybe we also can add these stabs here. On the wrist bass, what I think I'm gonna do is filter it. I don't want that much energy on the wrist bass in the intro. So just like in the kick. And of course some sidechain. I'm also gonna add the leads, maybe like in the build-up. And also I'm gonna add some of the build-ups risers, these 2 ones. I think it works. Let me check the entire intro. Yeah, it works. And maybe you're thinking, Wildcrow, but can I add the drop bass? Yes, you can. Wildcrow, can I add the drop chords? Yes, you can. Can I add the break sounds? Yes, you can. Can I add new sounds that I didn't use in the song? You can also. Or also what you can do is maybe if you have a vocal or maybe here in the voice, we can take the gross beat, use this preset. So this way you have a bit more rhythm. And what do we need to do in the outro? Just the opposite. So just take all of this and just copy it here. But now we don't want the filter on the kick here and here without the filter. We want the opposite thing. So this is gonna go to this part. This is gonna go to this part. This, that we have less drums and less effects, is gonna go to this part. So basically like this, and take it this now and put it here. And also you have to work on the intonations, because right now we are from a filter leads to non-filter leads. We want the opposite. And maybe also, as this is gonna add a lot of energy and then we're not gonna have anything, basically it's gonna have less energy, just have the leads as they are. And now it's like this. You know, I think it has too much energy to start the outro. So what I'm gonna do is filter a little bit since the beginning, and maybe the wrist bass can be just the first note like this, so we don't have the bass progression, and not having the bass progression is gonna make it sound a bit more basic and with less energy. And wait, don't skip the video yet, because I have new ideas for the second drop. It's something simple, but I think it can add a good touch, and is adding these voices here together with the chords, and also adding a hoover. You can just make your own hoover, but I decided just to take this one. So guys, the arrangement of the song is finished. We only need to mix and master it, but this is gonna be in the next video. So guys, if you don't want to miss it, just remember to give a like to this video so you support it, and this way I want to make the next one, and also subscribe so you don't miss the next one when it gets out. And if you're watching this month or even years later, you can also subscribe even if the video is already out, you know, so it's where you support me. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and let's enjoy the end result.
You